has today's society destroyed families and legacies? Well, a lot of people don't understand that there's a natural and there's a spiritual in everything that you do. And if you're not spiritually strong and you're unconverted, your flesh, your nature, your character, the way that it is, it will automatically revert to the world, the natural order of things, the way that things are going today. You know, it used to be in a time, especially when you watch some of these old movies, and I can understand this because I remember my dad never did serve in the military. But when I was a young boy, he made a suggestion to me that I should go into the military. And of course I did. And there's a lot of things that my dad suggested that I should do that now that I look back on it, you know what? Even if he didn't understand and comprehend a lot of things that he had told me to do, it has always worked out for my good because I can never, ever, ever remember one time my father ever teaching me or telling me anything wrong. Now, I'm saying all that to say this, that, you know, when you are a man and you're up against a serious war, I live in a country up here, and I can remember moving here 22, 23 years ago, and it was nothing but just farmland, and, you know, the houses are pretty spread out, and they're still, in the grand scheme of things, they're pretty spread out right now. But I cannot tell you how many of these farms I've seen go to auction. They get chopped up, surveyed up, quartered up, and then the next thing you know, you have all this farmland. It used to be farmland. Now it's homes. Homes here, like 4 or 5 homes in just like a quarter acre of a land or a half acre of land. And I sit and thought, and I go, wow, what's the issue? So I actually went to town up here where these country folks are. And you know what their sentiments, what they told me? They says, the younger generation don't want to work. The younger generation don't want to take the legacy of the family business, the family farm. They would rather just break it up, take the money, run and go live in the inner city. And I go, how stupid can somebody be? And hey, that also goes for us who are trying to build a legacy. Children today are not even trying in any way, shape, fashion, form to try to comprehend what a man or what men are doing. You know, bills on our communities, man. You know, our communities is something to see. And everyone that lives on that community, their children and their children's children, they have a place to be able to inherit, a place to be able to stay at. And just that people don't comprehend how we do things because they don't know. They don't even know how to get free. They don't even know how to live tax-free without a 501c3. We do. But what I'm saying is, there used to be a time that a man and a woman got married based on duty and not love. And you can't say that marriages today are based on love. Not with a 70% divorce rate, and the majority of the women are the ones who are responsible for leading that divorce. It's not love. It definitely ain't love. And to sit up there and try to say that you're marrying someone for love, you're deceiving yourself. Marriages stayed together because there was a duty and obligation for them. You know, for instance, the father agreed with the bride's father, and then the groom and the bride, they got married based on duty, based on legacy, based on kingdom, based on treaties, based on protection. Today, people just go out, I love you, I love me, you love you, I love you, you love me, and you don't even know what love is. You have no idea what love is. And take it. You're speaking to a man who's been married for a very, very long time, following in the footsteps of my father and mother. Don't give me no crap about. Believe me, I get it. And so people just not interested in doing, and they're not interested in inheriting lands. They're not interested in inheriting a legacy. They're interested in being selfish and doing their own things. And of course, you know, you think about it as a man, it's a front. And I cannot tell you how many people I've seen with little children. And I cannot tell you how many times over the years people will question me and they will say, well, where's your children? They're out doing what everybody else does. Because remember what the book says. You know what I mean? You train up a child when they're young. When they get old, they won't depart from the faith. I don't know how old that old is, but I don't sit up there and just depend on one scripture verse and lean on it. I don't. I sit and watch and look for those who are going to have a righteous spirit, kind of like Abraham with Eliezer, that's going to be able to carry on my wishes and my dreams concerning the ministry and the community. I cannot, in all good consciousness, leave lands and leave things back to people who are irresponsible and don't show themselves responsible. They have to be intelligent. And I can't tell you how many times that people have made an attack on me or my family thinking that they know everything, and they got these little bitty children, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And mind you, I've been around long enough to watch it. And they'll say, you know, everybody always asks, well, where's your children? They're living. But the one thing my children is, they're not in and out of jail. They're not on drugs. They're not running around blowing their heads out and prostituting and doing all this crap. I've never gotten a call to come and bail any of them out of jail. Think about that now. Only come to find later on when their children end up becoming of age, 18, 19, 20, guess what their children do? Kick traces. Some of them are dead right now. The parents who used to try to so-called attack me and mock me, their children is dead, pushing up daisies right now. Because they went out here and lived the fast lane, lived the fast life in the fast lane. Or they went out here and got on drugs. Now they need a kidney, or they're on disability because they got their arm chopped off or something like this. And all because they made an attack. You know, I think one day that people really truly going to get it, that when it says, touch not my anointing, do my prophets no harm, it's probably going to hit one day to people, but it ain't going to hit till later on, because one thing about life is we're all going to get old. So everything that I'm doing now, you better believe I'm always looking for those who are 20 years behind me that are responsible. They don't have to actually come from me, because the people, we don't live in a day, time, and hour now where people are interested in carrying on the family business or legacy. They're not interested in that. People are inherently selfish today. And I've seen without fail, every last one of these parents that make mocks and makes mouths at, all their children fail immensely. Immensely. That's neither here nor there, because people have not lived long enough to experience what life really truly is about. They haven't. So what I keep doing, I keep on rolling, keep on going, keep on investing, keep on doing, and there's always a hope that somebody is going to be able to get it, understand what you've been doing. And I know a lot of these farmers up here, they risk their children would have got it, because it's sad. Because you know what happens, right? Money is failing. And all this money that they get, these hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes millions of dollars, of breaking up the land and stuff. And if you're irresponsible, look how many people hit the lottery and it was the worst thing for them in their lives. Yeah, they had all the money in the world, but because they didn't know how to manage money and control money, look what it's done to them. And now you sit and give a bunch of young people, 18 to 24 years old, a bunch of money. You think they're going to be responsible with it? You think they're going to think about investing? You think they're going to think about their children's children? No, they're not thinking about nothing like that right now. They're thinking about a bunch of foolishness. But poverty and the mindset of poverty is for real. And our society, the American culture, breeds that. Now, if you mostly look at it, the people that are so-called quote-unquote affluent, people who have, I can't tell you how many people I've met that they're living in a home that they grew up in because their parents died, passed on, and left that land and that home to them. And now they're living without rent, without mortgage, without all this extraordinary amount of debt. So you think about that. If you was able to go out and get a decent job and you don't have to pay the majority of your paycheck to a rent and a mortgage, man, guess what, man? You pretty much can do a lot of investing, a lot of saving. You could prosper a lot more. You could build and invest in the land. You could do a lot of things, a whole lot of things with that. But people don't want that today. This is the microwave generation. They want it here, they want it now, and they want it yesterday. And the sad part about all that is that by the time they get in their 30s, they're going to be broke as hell. And as the old country saying goes, they're not going to have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And I myself, personally, think that is very tragic. I think it's extremely tragic. I truly do. Well, anyway, I got to go in here because I got a few things I need to do. Business I have to take care of. Oh, that's what a veteran officer is. Okay. All right. So I hope I said something to stimulate thought and give people some comprehension and understanding of what's really, truly going on today. Y'all have a blessed day. I hope I said something to stimulate thought.